And that's called magic. But we have more, and who better than the daughter to spell the magic? Could we have Arushi Marwaha on the stage, please?
I'm here to share with all of you one of my favorite poems from this book. And the reason why I chose this particular poem is because, in my opinion, it symbolizes some of the things that I've learned from Mom. Those being the importance of self-belief, of optimism, but most importantly, having the courage to stand up for what you believe in. This poem is called Just Me, and I hope that all of you like it as much as I do. Just me. I am suspicious of the powerful, distrustful of the moral, contemptuous of the wealthy, but that's just me. I like to sift and pick my enemies, my battles. I'm generous enough not to care how they pick me. I tell my children each day is a new page, and I would be a traitor to a literature of a love if I didn't practice the same. So I swallow the grime of years and set out afresh each day, painted face like a red Indian warrior, with a poetic name, Chief Rising Sun or similar. And I string ballads of hope, of reassurance in my world of stone, each day, but that's just me. Hapless maybe, I don't mind being perpetually surprised by malevolence, but not weak. I know why the gales rage so strong about my bit of land. The anger of the entitled is a tribute to just me. To my being, to my tribe, so quiet we have been for what seems a million years, and yet they know. They know as I do the danger. Because I was born before my time. I lived with such disappointment, but not so early still. Because there are a million or more out there already, just like me. And we are ready. Learning to stand up without yokes to our bodies and for protection to our spirits. Just ready to own our own, this earth. Do not fear the brave new world. It will be kinder to good and harsher to cruelty than this one. You cannot stop apocalypse. Only join it if you possibly can. Tomorrow is around the corner. Brave women are building into the sky, brick by brick every day. And it's not just me. Thank you.
Nothing and absolutely nothing is stronger than the strength that a daughter gets from her mother. Thank you, Arushi, for reinforcing that for us today. Dr. Sumita Misra, an IAS officer of Haryana cadre for almost 3 decades now, took to the pen to live her incessant dreams, to rediscover joy, to rediscover hope, to trace the umpteen curves of life. A Lucknowi at heart, she's a dreamer who does. From economics to leadership, to travel, to photography, to poetry, hers has been a life truly alive. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon the poet herself, Dr. Sumita Misra.
Haryana Professor KAPTAN Singh Solanki, Dr. Amit Agarwal, Secretary to the Governor, my mother, Professor P.K. Misra, Shri Prabhat Kumar ji, my very supportive and kind publisher, Mr. R.S. Verma, Mr. S.C. Chaudhary, Mrs. Pramila Isar, all of whom I have had the pleasure and the honor of working with, all former Chief Secretaries of Haryana, Mr. Parashar, Mr. Chatrat, Mr. Robin Gupta, Dr. Christopher, Consul General of Canada, my long-suffering husband, Paramjeet, my brother, Dr. Ashish Waklu and Geeta, Neel Kamalji, Suparna, and all my, so many of my senior colleagues, Tejinder, my batchmates, Anand, Rajshekhar, so many of you who are here today, all my friends, colleagues. Firstly, I truly welcome all of you from the bottom of my heart. I am deeply, deeply, as always, grateful to Honorable Governor Saab. He has always extended so much affection to me that that itself is a huge source of encouragement. और मैं ये भी मानती हूँ कि उनके हाथ मेरे लिए बहुत लकी हैं, बहुत सौभाग्यपूर्ण हैं, क्योंकि पिछले वर्ष सितंबर के महीने में ही उन्होंने मेरी पिछली किताब वक्त के उजाले में का विमोचन यहीं इसी हॉल में किया था, और उस किताब को फिर आगे मुझे चंडीगढ़ साहित्य अकेडमी का अवार्ड मिला कि वो हिंदी की बेस्ट बुक ऑफ पोइट्री है फॉर 2016-17, जो मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि उस किस्म का भी कोई पुरस्कार या अवार्ड मुझे प्राप्त होगा. तो थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर always saying yes and always giving me the time. It means a lot. As I said, I feel I'm really blessed that I have so many of my mentors and seniors here today, and not just today, they have been there at every step to guide and inspire, and I think these are some of the values that make our country and our service so special. So a very big thank you and welcome to all my seniors who've come here today. I'm really glad that my mother has been able to make it from Lucknow, especially for my book release, because as we get older, I think each moment with a parent becomes more and more precious, and these are milestones that will remain etched in my memory forever, simply because she is here with me today. As I mentioned, Param is literally the wind beneath my wings, and the fact that he gives me so much energy and so much laughter. There is no way I can get an inflated sense of self-opinion, because he's always there to sort of crack a joke and bring me straight back to terra firma. So thank you for that. My brother Ashish and Geeta are here. I'm really happy about that. And as I stand here, each one of you who has come here today has made my day really special. So a big thank you to each one of you. And but as I'm standing here, the biggest feeling I have is of a vague sense of disbelief, because I never thought I'd be on to my fourth book, frankly. And I blame many of you here for that, for encouraging me at every step, and so thinking that I can, it's not so bad, maybe I can write some more and publish another book. So I'm sorry you have brought this upon yourself, and at this rate, who knows? But this book is also special to me because it's dedicated to my daughters. And a few years ago, my husband gifted me a very interesting book, which is called Laws of the Spirit World. And it is actually that. It tells you about the metaphysics and the spiritual underpinnings of the universe. And that book had a very interesting concept that the souls of children choose their parents, and yes, especially their mothers. Okay? So, if that is the case, I'm really glad, I'm grateful that you two chose me, and it truly is the job I love the most in the world. And even better, this job doesn't have a retirement date. I get to do this my whole life as long as I live. So thank you for that. Like all parents, I have tried to teach them, and I hope by example, lessons of integrity, of perseverance, of courage, and above all of compassion. But what amazes me now, when they're practically grown up, when they're young women on their own, is how much I have learned from them. The lessons that I have learned from them on a daily basis as a mother, the lessons of self-discovery. I have seen and lived, I think, life anew each day because of them. So, Arushi Gurmeher, for you all I will say, and I'm just reading just the dedication. You bend time. You bend time, your laughter is the cipher, unlocking tomorrow. You are both circularity and singularity. You are me born again. You are you born afresh. May you command universes again as destined at the start. Thank you. And the only hope I have, not only for my daughters, but for every girl, for every daughter, is that life and we as a society, we as individuals, give them the opportunity, the space to fully live their aspirations, to fully realize their dreams, to write their stories of self-actualization, and to reach their fullest potential. And that, I think, is something that we as a country, as a society, have not yet managed or succeeded in doing. So from this book, I think that is my most fervent hope for every daughter and every girl in our country, or in the world for that matter. With that, I think that's all I have to say. So I once again thank Honorable Governor Amit for all the support every time. Neel Kamal ji for the very kind words. I don't know if I deserve them. Suparna for the beautiful reading. Arushi, I loved your reading. Prabhat ji, as Neel Kamal ji pointed out, nobody is ready to touch poetry. No publisher at least. So a huge thanks to him and to Harish Jain ji of Unistar, who published my first 2 books and who is also here today. Thank you, Harish ji. And I do hope that as the writer of this book, I am bound to say that I do hope you will buy it. And on behalf of the publisher, he has, I think, arranged for some suitably attractive discount. So really, today is your best bet. I would love your feedback, your comments, your criticism, and I don't know about encouragement, because I did point out that then you might be in for more of these functions here. But anyway, I'm so deeply grateful to Honorable Governor again, and to all of you, to each one of you, for being here, for making my day. It's the biggest feel good in life. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
The even happier daughter, but now it's time for the woman who's most radiant in the hall. Her eyes say it all. I'm talking about the mother, Professor Mrs. P.K. Misra, to speak a few words on the dais, please.
Shri Solanki ji, Governor of Haryana, the dignitaries in the dais, and in the audience, my family, and some of them are probably my friends, old friends also here, because of my coming to Haryana, to Chandigarh often. And ladies and gentlemen, today is really a very, very special day, and I'm really honored, especially seeing each day the skill of writing by my daughter, because we all, especially the doctors, they have been very poor writers in terms of poetries and other things. As a daughter, what I found, that even as a teenage girl, she used to scribble here and there some of the poetries, and actually she was always just thinking and writing in English only, so I found everything was in English. So, but she never tried to put them together. There have been so many writings of Sumita, much earlier, but now she's really turning out to be almost like a professional writer. I would say maybe it is sometimes the circumstance also. When you are working under stress, you have to have something like de-stressing. And if you can really show your talent, and probably it is the poetry for Sumita, whether in Hindi or Hindi, Urdu or in English, maybe a de-stressing factor, especially as for musicians or music lovers. The music, reading music or just singing is something which gives you pleasure as well as the de-stressing factor. She has dedicated this book to her daughters, I would say this is just a very small expression of her dedication. What I found even much earlier as a young mother, she used, sometimes jokingly she would say, "Mommy, I have to do the second shift." You know what the second shift means? That this first shift, the major shift she has done in the office. Now the second shift starts at home with her children. Of course, the job is 24 hours for the children or for the office both, but she would say that she is now going to start the second shift and looking after the children. Well, most of the maids, they are gone in the evening, they won't stay in the evening to look after the children. But she did it very well. She would hardly spend time seeing TVs or things, and she was an avid reader herself. So really made her daughters to listen to the stories or poems when they were young, and gradually they picked up the habit of reading. And I find them still, they are really book lovers. And many times when my younger granddaughter comes to her nanny's place, she would be just sitting in a corner reading a book. What is good, man? What is this? You have to be interactive, more interactive. But Nani, let me finish this. So she would be engrossed in her books and books. She is, of course, also, you may say that probably she is not so much, but I know she is really dedicated to her work. And it doesn't mean that she is not dedicated to work. Don't take it that way. But both of them really try to come to the expectations of their parents, and I'm sure they will be doing very well under what guidance, what things the mother and the father they have infused in them. They will be really living up to that. And in her Sumita's poems, I find they are from the core of the heart, and that is why they really touch your heart. It is just a simple feeling, but the way of expressing. Because the poets, they can express anything. One of my friends used to say, "Jana jai Ravi, maha jai Kavi." So it's like that. So maybe that they are not only for women or for daughters or for girls, but many of the poems, they are also on the contemporary subjects, the social subjects. And I really wish Sumita, best of luck. I'm sure she will be having more wide angles of her expressions, touching the various aspects of life, the society, and all those contemporary things, or all those things which will put things to come up in a better way for ourselves, the women, the whole society, and the country. Best of luck, Sumita, and wish you much more for the future. And also your daughters, which will be now inspiring you all the time. So you had your turn of inspiring them, but they will be now, this now their turn to inspire you. And of course, the husband, as you have said, that your inflation sometimes they will just go a little down and you come to the level. So, but Varanjit, we have been really supportive, very, very supportive. And many times I say, when people say that behind a husband there is behind men there are women, but I would say for working women, behind any successful working woman, it is the husband, not only husband, the whole family is very important. Your children, your in-laws who have to give you support so that you can work freely without tension. Okay, once again, good luck and thank you very much.